Science.
So first topic today is how your daily life may get in the way of your dreams. We want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Kenny wanted to bring this one up, and remember when we talked about the commute and stuff?
Yes.
He was flipping me off, so I didn't notice. So that's like one of the things, right? How everyone's jobs are further away. Like that's what when you said that was like the first thing that caught my attention.
So I've been thinking about this a lot lately at work while I'm working. Is you only have 24 hours in a day. You have the same 24 hours as anybody else, and what you do with those 24 hours dictates your life, right? So you can either choose to just go about your daily routine and drudge along in life, not being fulfilled. You know, maybe that's something that you want to do, or you can find a way to achieve your dreams while you drudge along in this drone society that we have, right?
Prioritizing.
Right.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if no one else has anything to go with first, I want to touch on that a little bit because I feel like
touch me.
I feel like I want to touch Chris just a little bit though. I think that we all have dreams, we all have aspirations, but we all have to sort of slide in this mold that society has made for us, whether it's our job, it's our daily responsibilities, it's the bills that we have to pay, it's the things that keep our life going and moving forward. And me, in my daily life, I don't necessarily get to do a lot of the things that I consider myself doing for the rest of my life because I'm too busy trying to make a living just to try to make it by. And
most people.
Yeah, well, that's why this topic kind of it really resonates with me is because, ultimately we have what we're trying to do here. We want to make this a much larger thing than it actually is, and eventually, if that ends up being a form of income, that'd be great. But we have to support it, you know. So it's a struggle right now. Yep. We have to not only support
paid for everything ourselves.
Exactly
made it all ourselves.
We have to support ourselves. We have to find time to then do this while we're too busy, while we're working full-time jobs and supporting ourselves, and in your guys' case, your families. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is it's got to be doubly hard for the two of you.
No,
but it's one of those things where it's like it's all about balance. You know, you do what you can where you can, and don't ever not celebrate the small victories. That's the one thing that I've been trying to tell myself in life is like any fucking little victory you get, don't let anybody take that from you. Celebrate it because no one else is going to do it for you.
True. Yeah. Yeah, prioritizing is a big deal with it too. Is because like if you have a band, if you have a podcast, if you have any kind of hobby, even if it's just even working out, even though that should be more than just a dream or whatever, it's like you should always push and make the time. Everyone has time; they just have to budget it right. You know what I mean? Like no one does that.
That can be tricky.
Sure, it can be. No one's saying it's easy, but you can do it. You can make the time.
No, it's definitely going to be hard as shit because we get caught up, like Jamie said, too busy working and trying to make a living.
Well, think about it. Like, how many people always can tell you about the TV show, the sports game that they watched, or some other BS that they're doing?
So I was going to tell you, so technically most Americans
video games
work only 8 hours a day.
Go fuck yourself.
So you have 8 hours where you're at work, where you're working. So that's 8 hours of your day that's concentrated on working. That still leaves time for you to do the things you want to achieve. Okay, so let's put in effect, if you live in this area, in California, the Bay Area, we'll even give you 2 hours of commute time. That's to and from work, so then 10 hours of the day are gone. That leaves you 14 hours. Most people don't sleep a full 8 hours, because I know I definitely don't.
6 hours average, probably. Right. Would you say?
Solid probably,
6, okay? So then that still leaves you with roughly, 8 hours, 9 hours of activities that you could do towards your dream. If you sit down and even just take an hour of your day every day of time to block that out.
Or even every other day.
Right.
It doesn't have to be every single day.
You can achieve your goals much faster than you think. we start to get in the mindset where people get complacent with what they're doing, and then you lose sight of focus of what it was that you really wanted to do.
Right. And a lot of times you get mentally burned out from work or the
Right.
daily grind, and then you just get home and you're just like, oh, I just want to watch TV and veg out.
Yeah, lose motivation. And I find
Or
myself
drink
doing
at the
that a
bar
lot.
or some shit
Lose
like that.
motivation. Complacent. That's a perfect fucking word to use to describe it.
Comes down to having the discipline to fucking tell yourself to just put that time aside, write it down on paper, get your schedule out. Like, this is when I work, and this is when I'm going to work out or do whatever else, chores. What else is there? Any errands that you have to run, right?
Something productive.
Yeah. But
Something
then you
that's
can
getting
add in
closer.
your dreams, like if it's music or just even a hobby. It could be a hobby. It doesn't have to be a dream. It could be your hobby that you really want to do. You want to start learning how to play an instrument or writing poetry or whatever the hell it is, right? You can always find time for that. Or painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, what made me come to this topic is I just turned 40 a couple months ago. And, like,
Old balls.
yeah, pretty much.
Gray bush.
Just trying to, like, now at this time in my life where I want to focus on things that make me happy. I've been working since I was 13 years old. Well, 12, 13. To be where I want to have free time to do the things that I enjoy instead of just feeling like I'm stuck in that grind of always, like, work, home, work, home, So as to what you were saying, make sure that you celebrate the little victories that you have, but also finding the time in your day instead of making excuses of like, oh, I'm tired from work or whatever, and then just getting home, either getting on video games or just sitting there watching some dumb program that you really shouldn't be watching.
And I think it's very important to be able to decipher from celebrating a small victory to patting yourself on the back for something that you know that you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Because I've known people like that where they'll do a remedial task like, oh, I went out and got my car registered today, or oh, I went and I paid my insurance, or I went and I did the stuff that you are expected to do as an adult. And they'll just fucking sit there and just like, oh, good job on me. And it's like, yeah, great job, asshole. Like, everyone has to do that. Like, no one's fucking proud for you. But exactly, so there's a fine line. I'm not saying don't celebrate those things, but don't like overly fucking give yourself credit for shit that you knew you had to do in the first place. Small victories to me is something like, oh, I finally made a little bit of progress in this area where I've been suffering. And that to me is a small victory that's worth celebrating. You know what I mean? Too many people celebrate adulting nowadays. It's like, fucking.
Well, that's social media too.
Congratulations. That's what everyone does.
And that's another one, dude. Think about how much time everyone, including us, spend on social media. From YouTube, Facebook,
way too much.
Instagram, any of that.
Although, spend time on YouTube watching us.
Well, that's different. That's investing your time, my friend.
Yeah.
Invest your time with
All right.
Room 86.
Yeah,
So
every show you watch is
Freedom
a small
First
victory that you're
podcast.
allowed to celebrate.
Here's how I
really
feel.
Is what it is.
Here's how I feel about dreams. When I was around 34 years old, I made a complete life change.
That was a long time ago,
I
kids.
said that I was not going to live a miserable life, that I was going to pursue my dreams. To me, dreams are the most important mission in your life. Stop what you're doing and examine your life. If your job is not leading you or putting you in a position where you can achieve your dream, then quit your fucking job.
Yeah, well, start looking for another job and then quit.
Don't just quit your job.
Quit your fucking job. If everything that you're doing is not a step towards your dream, then that is not for you to be a part of.
And it's a detriment. Is what you're saying?
Find the things that lead you to your dream. I work my dream. I work 2 dream jobs. I'm a house painter, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for any other job in the world. And I'm also a DJ. And I did those things because
3 jobs.
Podcaster.
You're a podcaster.
And I'm doing this podcast. This is something that I've thought about for years and years. I've wanted to do a podcast on my own for a long time. And here I am, sitting in front of you, living proof that you can pursue your dreams if you remove those things that hinder you from getting to your dream.
Putting your mind to
the
it.
mental blocks.
Your dream is whatever it is you want to do, freedom fighters. Put all your effort into it. All of your effort into it. And it will manifest. But you have to get rid of the things that are stopping you from taking those steps. I gave up a lot. I lost a ton of stuff when I decided to pursue my dreams. And it takes sacrifice, and it's a hard road. But when you get to your dream job, it really is like living your best life you can live. I love painting. I love DJing. I love being here with these guys. My daily life is beautiful. I have a beautiful, wife who loves me so much. I have pets. I've done so much. I've jumped out of airplanes. I've traveled all over. I've done all these incredible things because I don't let anything get in the way of that mission. It is the most important mission in your life. That's it for me.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, dude.
No, good shit.
You were. I could tell that was building for a while because you were quiet. You were very patient while we all kind of fucking monologued over that, and then thank you for that.
So it's definitely what Chris is saying. It's a sacrificing your time, being disciplined to plan it all out. Right. It just takes a lot of.
It's scary.
Changing your mind. It's scary. Yeah, it is.
Like when you decide, well, I'm going to leave this job and pursue my dream job. Like that is like a scary feeling because you don't know what's in the future. When you look into the future, it's scary. You don't have no judgment. But when you look back in the past, it's easy to get into. Well, this happened, so
it's easier to not do something.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But when you pursue your dream, nothing is hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, I'm sure I can speak for all you guys. I'm sure there's been times, including myself, where even to do the podcast, not really feeling it today. I'd rather do this or whatever. But no, we make the time for it.
Right.
Obviously there's times where we can't. So that's why we were lagging on this episode. We just can't do it.
Daily life gets in the way of our fucking dreams.
But when we can actually get it done, right, we can fucking do it. We just got to put our mind to it and sacrifice
all your effort into it.
Yeah.
Because when your dream becomes reality, it's such an amazing feeling.
Hard work pays off.
It does. It really does.
Dude, and I will say something, too. I'll open up to our freedom fighters here a little bit, too. There's been a couple of times where I've come in here, we've all gotten together, and there's been days where...
You were drunk?
Where I was drunk, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just wanted to be open and honest about that. No, yeah. I don't have a problem. Anyway, it was there's been some time. It's debatable. There's been some times where I wasn't exactly gassed to start the podcast. You know what I mean? I just wasn't feeling it. And so when I had a previous podcast, and there had been nights where we'd all get together, we'd have a couple of beers, we're getting ramped up to our show. And then I would just be like, you know what, guys, I'm not feeling it. Another guy would be like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it tonight either. We just weren't in a good enough mood to really get the...
And then you wouldn't do it.
We wouldn't do it. We'd stop it. We'd skip that week, or we'd skip that day. We come back and do it the next day, hopefully, if we all had time to do it. But sometimes if we only had that one day a week, well, then that's a week that went by. And people will be like, where the fuck's the show? You know what I mean? So... But with you guys, it's never really a struggle. There's been times where I've come in here in a headspace that was less than favorable for doing this show. But as soon as these fucking lights come on and we start,
Showtime.
Dude, we start fucking talking.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to get emotional about it, but I'm just saying, we come and we deliver every fucking week because
it's science.
It's fun. It's fucking fun, dude. I'm having a fucking great time.
It's all about having fun,
time.
with your dreams, definitely. And it's
time.
I always look at it it's when I was in a band, it was even when you were sick, you didn't feel it, you would get up there, and as soon as it was time to go, boom, go. I know you guys knew a couple times where I was I'm hella tired. I'm I'll do it. I'm hungover, I'm tired, I'm whatever it is, right? And then as soon as we go, boom, on.
Dude, I've watched you drink 2 fucking pre-workouts, be gacked as fuck, and then you get on the show and we're just like, yeah, everything's fine. It all just worked out.
Sure.
Dude, there are times when I DJ, say for a wedding, right? There's a music worksheet I give my clients, and they fill it out, and then I have to get that music worksheet and find all this music if I don't have it, download it, organize it. And while I'm at the wedding, I'm in charge of keeping time. So I have to keep the wedding on schedule. So I have to make sure that the food is delivered on time. I have to make sure speeches are delivered on time, dances. So to keep the progress of the
schedule
of the reception moving. And I hate it every time. This is the worst part
hate the managing
of DJing is having to do this stuff. And even if I'm going to go to a club, I have to have good music. I have to have new music. Even if it's old music, I have to find different versions of it. And it's tedious and time consuming. But the payoff is when I'm DJing and people are dancing and the lights are going and the atmosphere is electric, I get so fucking excited.
You're
dude.
a fucking rock star.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Like, there's no greater feeling than that than making people dance, dude. It's music is something. I mean, Johnny, you know.
Oh yeah.
Music is the only thing on this earth that can enter your soul without your fucking permission.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, whether you're sad,
that's
mad,
yeah.
whatever.
That's
it
a
is.
good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
good.
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Going on a T-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have more to say about this topic?
Just follow your dreams.
Yeah.
That's the most important mission in
and
your
make
life.
time for them.
It's the most
Yeah.
important.
Manage
mission
your
in
time
life.
around them.
That's
Fuck
exactly
it.
what I was gonna say. Just make sure you make time for yourself to achieve your goals, and not only that, it'll be a great reward for you, your family, friends. Your whole outlook and attitude on life will change once you decide to make time
Right.
and start pursuing something that makes you happy.
And a lot of people with the time issue, especially if you only find that you like, say you write it all down and then you find that you only have an hour here, hour there. Well, that's cool. You have an hour. So fucking make that work, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Plan it out.
Cut back on something that's not being productive.
Yeah.
And this is me like almost like telling myself this, but like
Sure. Well, we're
a
telling
little-
ourselves this as
a
well.
little bit every day. A little bit every day is still progress.
Sure.
Yeah,
Small
definitely.
steps, man. But as long
every
as you have
step
the
to your
discipline
dream
to
is
do it.
progress, Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Abandon yourself to your dream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
You're full of good one-liners.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know. Damn, Chris.
What's
what
in
the
that
what
rock
the
star?
fuck,
Dude, this
dude?
is my thing.
Can I
dude.
have some of that, or what's
following
going
my
on?
dream, dude. I've done this. I mean, I've worked so hard to have the life that I've always wanted to do, like travel and skydive and do all those cool things, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. People following their dreams, and not getting caught up in that 9-to-5 stuff. Even if you have to sacrifice your money and your time, it's better to pursue your dream than pursue a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can vouch for that because about a year ago, I left a job that was making me substantial money, but I was miserable. To where I work now, I have the free time to actually do this. At my old job, there was no way that I would have been able to meet up with you guys and to do research and everything else for this podcast. So sacrifices be damned. I mean, the payoff, I'm happier, I'm healthier.
If you love it, use the
Yeah.
discipline that you have
Exactly.
to make the schedule to follow your dreams.
Yeah.
And
You know what I
eventually it won't become a sacrifice. So-
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that will become part of your daily.
Especially
Your
if you
daily
have this
grind,
little
you know what I
thing
mean?
that's magical called talent.
Yeah.
Are
Threw a
you,
little damper in there.
are you implying that any of us have talent?
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just
Okay.
saying that
Okay.
anyone trying to follow their dreams, they have to be realistic about them too. Like,
yeah.
you can't say you want to be a singer if you can't sing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
I just didn't
so
want you
think
to-
about it. You know what I mean?
I just didn't
hard.
want us to get ahead of
Hard
ourselves
work.
here. is all I'm
Hashtag
saying.
realize what you can do before you go chasing.
Be a little realistic there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
And there are steps to do that too. You can take singing lessons and all that
But
crap.
some
And if
people just
and if
stop.
you can't, then you can just start playing an instrument. You can do other things. I'm
Yeah.
just using that as an example.
Or DJ.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Whatever.